It's the seventh night of Hanukkah, and so many Jews across the nation are scared at the moment. There was a report in the New York Times about how some Jewish families in New York were not displaying a menorah in their windows. I mean, New York, this is like the most Jewish city, I think, outside of Israel, right? In the world.
Yes, for sure.
They're afraid. Now, some behaving differently, some intentionally putting a menorah in the window for the first time in years, just to sort of assert who they are. But I understand the fear. You know, we've seen Jews attacked, including on college campuses over and over and over just for being Jewish.
Yes.
So how should our Jewish friends, many of whom are listening to this program right now, be dealing with their fear? It's not paranoia when they really are out to get you.
No.
And yet the ones here are Americans too. And we don't hide in America. That's not in our DNA. So what's your advice for them?
That's right. My advice is, and this is what I would have said had I would have had the second gentleman say at the Hanukkah candlelighting had he asked me.
Wait, we got to get to that. We got to get to that.
That was. All right.
Because I honestly, I confess, I did actually not know. I want to let me table the question I just asked you. The second gentleman, Doug Emhoff, decided to post the true story of Hanukkah. He says, in the Hanukkah story, the Jewish people were forced into hiding. No one thought they would survive or that the few drops of oil they had would last, but they did survive and the oil kept burning. During those 8 days in hiding, they recited their prayers and continued their traditions. That's why Hanukkah means dedication and so on. And then was forced to take that post down.
Yeah.
I understand it. That's not quite it, Rabbi.
No, that's not quite it. That's like a game of telephone and you're the 10th guy to hear the story. So he was not well prepared and he was ill-informed or ignorant or both. I don't know. But here's what I would say and what I wish he had said. This business about the oil, when the Jews won this kind of guerrilla war against the Hellenized Assyrians who defiled their temple and forbid them to be Jews, when the Jews won, and it was a guerrilla war, which is why he got the in hiding part. When they won, it was a triumph of tenacity and right over might, a triumph. It was a military triumph. Now, about 600 years later, Megyn, the rabbis of the day, under horrible oppression and occupation, they created this myth about the oil for the rededication of the temple being only enough for one day but lasting 8. They created this myth to transform the Hanukkah story from a story of right over might and tenacity and zealousness for your people. They became uncomfortable with the actual narrative, so they flipped the script and made it a story about the God's miracle, the miraculous nature of Hanukkah in the vessel of this oil. Why? Because they were uncomfortable with the idea and the exercise of power, of Jewish power. Now, they were at best ambivalent. They didn't want to provoke. They didn't want to lionize bravery and courage in that way. I would say to America's Jews today, let's remove that oil mythology and let's tell the real story of right over might, of tenacity, and let's make it clear that it's not as easy to kill Jews as it used to be. And you know, we do have power and we are going to exercise it. And by that, I do not only mean military power. We have the power of the court system in this country still. We have the power of our platforms still. We have the power of moral clarity and moral authority. When we talk about Jews as the chosen people, we don't mean chosen for privilege. We mean chosen for responsibility, to be responsible, morally clear and responsible for the values by which our entire Western civilization has been created. So that's the message I would give. Be loud, be proud. Be brave. Be courageous. Now, I will say one other thing that I wish I had thought of sooner, and I know we're running out of time. I wish I thought of this sooner, Megyn, a couple of weeks ago. I wish I had put out a call for every decent Gentile and Muslim in this country to put a menorah in their window and light those candles. That is a statement about who we are and who our allies are and what we all need to stand for. I wish I'd thought of it. I hope I don't need to use this next year.
Right. Wow, what a pleasure meeting you, Rabbi Steve Leder. Thank you for your thoughts and your guidance, your wisdom, and happy Hanukkah to you. I'm going to get on that.
Thank you. There's always light, always.
EnviroCleanse just announced a huge holiday sale. Let me tell you why this is important. They're predicting another triple-demic this year, and the best way to fight a cold or a flu is to just not get it in the first place. And with their limited time holiday sale, you will save 30%. So why EnviroCleanse over all the others? Because EnviroCleanse is proven to capture and destroy cold and flu viruses other purifiers miss. EnviroCleanse's military-grade technology wipes out bacteria, toxins, and mold that can make you sick. That's why the Navy chose EnviroCleanse to protect the air on board our Navy ships. Get EnviroCleanse for your home before a virus affects your whole family. Right now, you'll save 30% during their holiday sale, plus get fast free shipping. Visit ekpure.com and use code Megyn30 for 30% off your order. ekpure.com, code Megyn30. ekpure.com. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.